Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Shares Investment Masterclass. My name is Lucky Johnson, and I'm your host for tonight. So please, if you are just joining us, kindly drop a comment in the chat box below. Let's know your name and where you are streaming from. Let's know your name and where you are streaming from. So kindly do that. Let's do that in the next 1 to 2 minutes. We are already a few minutes behind schedule, a few minutes behind time. So kindly drop a comment in the chat box below. I want to know your name and where you are streaming from. Let's do that within a few minutes. Mr. Stephen Idoko from Nasarawa State. Amazing. Every single time you are always here with us. Thank you so much for always joining every of our live session. So if you are just joining us, please let's know your name and where you are streaming from. Let's know your name, particularly for the first timers. Maybe you joined our shares investment group 2 days ago, 3 days ago, just yesterday, or maybe today, 1 week ago, or you've never participated in any of our live sessions. So tonight, I want to specially welcome you. I want to specially welcome you tonight. I want to ensure that we are able to attend to everything we need to attend to tonight. So let's keep the introduction coming in while I get to inform members from all of our other groups so that they can also join us. But I'm very particular about our first timers tonight. So if this is your first time to join us, kindly let me know in the comment box. Type your name and where you are streaming from. And if it's your first time, you can also include that. Let me know it is your first time, and then I'm going to give you a very warm welcome, a very special welcome. All right, so let's do that within 2 or 3 minutes. Within 2 or 3 minutes, let me know. Mr. Steve from Abuja. It's amazing having you online with us here on the Shares Investment Masterclass tonight. So let's get introduction coming in. More introductions, more introductions. By the way, if you know somebody that needs to participate in this training tonight, if you know somebody that you love so much and you want them to also be as wealthy as you, because that is the goal of this training tonight. We want to raise millionaires. In fact, my target for the next 10 years is to raise at least 100 millionaires. By the grace of God, we've been able to hit that target to an extent. There are a few millionaires already in our investment community. So we want to expand that figure to 100 by the year 2034. Okay, so by next year, at least 10 millionaires. Next 2 years, like that. So if you know somebody that ought to be here, copy the link of this live session and share it with them. Copy the link right now and share it with them. Copy the link, paste it on your WhatsApp status, paste it on Facebook, okay, so that your family members, your loved ones, everybody can participate. All right, kindly do that for me to help someone in the next 1 or 2 minutes while we also take more introduction. All right, once we have a few other persons join us and then maybe a few introduction, then we get going. Okay. By the way, you can hear the sound of my voice. Today was my church annual Thanksgiving service. And I mean, it was a very hectic, a very stressful day. So my voice is a bit cracked. So please just bear with me. Okay. But nevertheless, we will do what we have to do tonight. All right. I already promised you that we are going to have this live session tonight. So I have to keep my promise. It's one of the things that I'm trying to discipline myself to do, keeping my promise no matter what. And that is what I'm trying to do tonight. Okay, so copy the link. I'm doing that right now. Paste it on your WhatsApp status so that your family and friends can see it and then they can join. All right, let them join very quickly. So if you are here to introduce yourself and you're just joining us, please type in the comment section below, like every other person has done so far. Introduce yourself. Let's know where you are streaming from, your name, your name, and where you are streaming from. Okay, we already have a few persons who have introduced themselves. So more introductions, especially for the first timer. Especially for the first timer, I want to specially welcome you. Then we delve into what we have to do tonight. Okay, Noble from Abuja again. All right, Mr. Steve. This is my first time. Amazing for Mr. Steve. This is actually his first time. You are very much welcome, Mr. Steve. So while we look forward to have other people join us along the line, I know that today is Sunday. There are many people who are still out there, trying to enjoy the short weekend with their family and their friends. And many of them may not return until probably late in the night. I hope that they are able to watch the replay of this live session. Okay, so while we have other people join us, I think we just need to move ahead so that we do not waste so much time. All right, so my name is Lucky Johnson. As you can see on your screen right now, become a master investor in Nigerian stocks and shares and increase your cash flow for wealth creation. So it is what I'm going to be showing you tonight. Okay, but not just in the Nigerian stock market, but also in the US stock market. All right, I'm also going to be showing you how to invest internationally. And as you can see on the left hand side of your screen, I've had this training over the past few months, and just 1 month ago, we had 3.3K views. We had 3,300 people participate in this training. 2 months ago, we had about 2,900 people participate in this training. And of course, 5 months ago, we had about 4,600 students participate in this training. Okay. So by the way, I like to always say that my masterclass is not the formal masterclass, as you know. All right. This is a discussion between me and you. It is a discussion between me and you. There is something I know about how to make money from the Nigerian and the US stock market that I actually want to teach you tonight, especially for my first time guest. So please do well to put away all distractions and just focus on everything I'm going to be showing you tonight. All right. So before we get into the heart of the discussion tonight, I just want to show you a few highlights of my portfolio. This is just a few highlights of my portfolio. So these are a few companies where I have investments. Actually, here we have Veritas Capital Assurance. And in the past few months, I've been able to make 62.20% profit from this particular company. And I was able to make this profit within a period of just 2 months. Within a period of 2 months, 62.20%. And then this is Orlando PLC underneath. And within a period of 3 months, I was able to make a profit of 350.15%. Now tell me, which other investments do you know out there that can get you 350% within a period of 3 months? That is an average of 100% monthly. Okay, so you see, this is a very powerful opportunity. According to Warren Buffett, he said The stock market is the greatest mechanism ever created for fast wealth creation. Fast wealth creation. It simply means that the stock market can make you a millionaire within 3 months, no matter the level at which you are at the moment. However, there are certain things you need to understand before you can eventually become that millionaire we are talking about. So here is two other companies where I also have shares. I cannot outline all the companies where I have shares for the sake of time, actually, so that we don't waste so much time. So on this particular company, I have been able to get 40.20% profit. And I think this 40% took me about 3 months. Do you see that all the companies do not perform at the same level? Orlando gave me about 350% within 3 months. Okay. But then this is another company giving me just 40% in 3 months. But in any case, 40% is a lot within 3 months. As much as I know, fixed deposit in the bank pays, I think, around 8% to 10% or thereabout in a whole year. So imagine investing in a company's shares and you are getting 40% in 3 months. That is very amazing. And here on the right hand side, I have another company that has paid me 77.48%. All right, so this is amazing. However, I am not assuring you that you are going to get this percentage in one day. Neither are you going to get it in 1 week. All right, but my assurance for you is that within a few months to a year, there is no way you won't make at least 50 to 100% profit. So there are times within a week or within a month, you would have made that 50% profit. Okay. So there are other times within 2 months, you would have made that 50% profit. But my assurance for you tonight is that within a few months to 3 months, 6 months to a year, you will be able to make at least 50% to 100% profit. Okay. So, but please, this masterclass is not for a lazy person. This because you will need to learn a few things that you have to do. Okay, so it's not for the lazy person that is looking for a Ponzi scheme where you can put money, the thing doubles, and no, this is not a Ponzi scheme. This is a legit investment platform because I'm going to be teaching you how to invest in the stocks of companies like GT Bank, Oando, First Bank, UBA, Julius Berger, many of the companies you know, Dangote Cement, and all of them, as much as you know. All right. And of course, this is a brief highlight from some of my students' portfolio. So one of my students here has been able to make about 37.38% profit. 37.38% profit. And this was just within a period of 1 month. Okay. And then if you see the guy at the middle here, it says stop playing. Just less than 2 weeks, 400,000 naira plus profit. Thanks to Coach Lucky for the knowledge. So this guy made a profit of about 400,000 naira in how many weeks? 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks, 400,000 naira. All right. And then the last guy on the extreme right was able to make 53.65% profit within a period of 4 weeks, within a period of 1 month. All right. So let me not bore you with the testimonies of these guys because I know that your own testimony will be the next to be displayed on our platforms. So let's get going very quickly. What is my objective for this training tonight? What is my objective for the training? Number one, my first objective is to help you understand how the stocks and shares investment industry works. If you have not heard anything about stocks and shares before, I'm about to show you what it is. Or maybe you have heard, but you do not really understand because of the people who have been telling you about it. Oh, don't invest in shares. Oh, invest in shares. I want to really explain what the stocks and shares investment industry is about. And after I have explained all the fundamentals to you, the next thing I also want to help you achieve tonight is to help you start your stocks and shares investment journey to wealth creation. All right. So you will need to learn. After that, you will put what you have learned into action. So by the time you put what you have learned into action, then be ready for the money to start pouring in. Okay. But I need to state this very clearly. The first part of this training is absolutely free, where I help you to understand how the stock market works. All right. But the second part, you will need to take a very important action at the end of this training to start investing in highly profitable shares with 50% profits and above. So this second part, where you will need to, get the step-by-step procedures on how to start investing so that you can start making money. This second part is actually not free. However, it is not something you cannot afford. All right. So if you agree with me that by the time I show you everything on how to actually make money from the stock market, you are going to take that action and eventually start investing immediately. If you agree with me, I want you to type deal. Type deal, DEAL, in the comment section below. Type deal in the comment section below. I want to know that you are fully ready to learn everything I'm going to be teaching you tonight, and then you are also ready to implement. Type deal in the comment section below, and then let's get going. All right. So I haven't done that. Question: who am I and why should you listen to me? Because probably this is your first time of coming across this guy right here, and you are like, who does he think he is that wants to help me make millions of naira in the year 2025 through the stock market? What experience does he have and all of that? So let me just give you a few background, all right, of myself. Tonight is not about me. Tonight is about how you are going to make millions of naira through the stock market, both in Nigeria and in the US market in 2025. But quickly, my name is Lucky Johnson. Like I've told you before, I am a husband, a father, an entrepreneur, and a wealth creation coach. I teach people how to make, manage, and multiply money. That is what I do for a living. Besides being a graduate of accounting, I have been deeply mentored in the area of financial management and wealth creation by some of the brightest minds in the industry, all right, both locally and then internationally. I have mentors, literally across the globe. I started my investment journey properly in 2019, all right, and then, of course, since then, I've been able to raise significant amount of money to undertake very capital-intensive project for myself and for my family. I've also been able to help some of my friends to be able to raise good funds, good capital for their projects, like maybe getting a car for Uber, Bolt, transportation, and to also help them start other businesses. Because I know that for many of us, we have ideas, but the only reason why we cannot start that business, the only reason why we cannot leave our current job and then establish our own business is because we do not have capital. So by the time I show you what I have to show you tonight, you will be able to use the stock market to raise capital for your business. You will be able to use the stock market to raise capital to start your building project in 2025. You will be able to use the stock market to raise a lot of money for your Jackpot plan. All right, as much as 4 million, 5 million, 10 million, as the case may be, to do whatsoever you desire to do. All right, so that is actually my goal in this masterclass tonight. Here are a few of my training sessions all over Nigeria. We are trusting God to go across the globe, but for now, it has just been within Nigeria. I've been to Port Harcourt at Dominion Castle. If you are from Port Harcourt, you should know Senator George Sekibo, the owner of Dominion Castle. So this is Dominion Castle. The pictures up there, the first two pictures up there. I was invited to Port Harcourt. That should be in 2020, where I was meant to mentor, a few of the people they empowered. I think after he assumed office as a senator. And then a few pictures beneath. Here's one from Edo State, where we had a workshop, a recharge card printing workshop. By the way, it is one of the gifts I'm going to be giving you tonight. All right. Provided you stay to the end of the training, I'm going to be giving you the recharge card printing blueprint for free. For free. You are not paying anything. All right. For free. If you want to start printing recharge card and start distributing as a business, I'm going to give you the blueprint for free. How to start printing recharge card, the softwares you need, how to get the e-pins. If you want to do it as a business, welcome. I'm going to give you that opportunity at the end of this training, provided you stay. All right. And here also, I was at Ondo State at the invitation of one of the honorables, Honorable Shola. All right. Invited me also for an empowerment section. Okay. So let me not bore you with my story tonight. Okay. Because it's not about me. Let's dive in to the discussion of tonight. Question: what are shares? When we say shares or stocks, what do they mean? What do they mean? I know you have heard it many times. Sometimes we assume what they mean. Other times we hear it from other people. Maybe our parents used to talk about it, but this is our own time. And this industry has the potential to make you a millionaire in 1 month. In 1 month. I'm not saying that it is the same for everybody, depending on your level of commitment. Okay, it has the potential to make you a millionaire in 1 month, in 3 months, in 6 months, in 1 year, in 2 years, depending on the level of your seriousness, and of course, depending on the level of your financial commitment, your investment in the industry. So let's dive in quickly. According to Investopedia, shares are units of equity ownership in a corporation, but I don't want to bore you with too many grammars tonight. So here is my simple definition. Okay, in the simplest term, shares refer to a portion of ownership that you have in a company. A portion of ownership that you have in a company. So what does that mean? If you buy the shares of a company like GT Bank, automatically you have become one of the owners of GT Bank. It is as simple as that. So any company in which you buy shares, MTN, Dangote Cement, name it, First Bank, UBA, any company whatsoever, Transcorp, Hilton Hotels in Abuja and across other states in Nigeria, automatically you become one of the owners. For instance, I am one of the owners of Tesla. Elon Musk is not the only owner of Tesla. My money is in Tesla. I have a couple of hundreds of dollars invested in Tesla. All right. So my money is in Tesla. I'm one of the owners of Tesla. So for the sake of the fact that you are one of the owners of that company by reason of the shares that you bought from the company, it means that anytime the company makes profit, you have a share in that profit, no matter how big or how small. So this is what we call dividend. I know many of us have heard our parents talk about dividend. We have also heard it from other people talk about dividend. Dividend is simply a portion of the profit that a company makes that is paid to the shareholders, like people like you and I, who invest in those companies, who buy the shares of those companies. So many companies pay dividends quarterly, every three months. January, February, March. In March, they can pay dividends. April, May, June. In June, they can pay dividends like that quarterly. There are other companies that pay dividends 2 times a year. Okay, June and then sometimes December, as the case may be. And there are other companies that pay dividends just once a year. And unfortunately, there are some companies that do not pay dividends at all. However, you will still make money from those companies because you don't make money from investing in shares by receiving dividends alone. In fact, dividends is the smallest way you make money from the stock market. Okay, the smallest way. There are many ways actually, but I'm going to be showing you 2 major ways. So you can buy the shares of different companies from as low as 50 kobo per unit to as high as 1,000 naira per unit. So it simply means that at whatsoever level you can be a shareholder, even if it is 1,000 naira you have, you can buy shares with 1,000 naira. If you understand what I've been explaining so far, I want you to type following in the comment section below. Type following in the comment section below. So you can buy shares with as low as 50 kobo per unit. Companies, there are many companies on the stock market you can buy shares from. At the time, the shares of a company like Tantalizer was like 50 kobo or even less, but today it has grown. That's how it is. All right. And of course, there are other companies you will need as much as 1,000 naira per unit to buy shares. Okay. So let's go further. These are a few companies highlighted in which you can buy shares. You can buy from MTN, Boa Foods or Boa Cement, Access Bank, Tesla, Apple, Amazon, name them, Meta, Facebook. You can be a shareholder of Facebook. You can be a shareholder of Tesla and many of these powerful companies across the globe. All right. So let me give you just a little example of how it works. Now, as at the time I prepared this slide, the price of GT Bank shares was 46 naira per unit. So you can decide to buy 100 units of GT Bank shares. Now that will cost you just 4,600 naira, because 100 units times 46 naira, that's 4,600 naira. Who does not have 4,600 naira listening to me right now? It simply means with just 5K, you can buy shares. With just 5K. And the shares of 5K will eventually grow over a period of time. That's how you hear that some people bought shares as far as maybe 20 years ago. They just bought only, let's say, 2,000 naira worth of shares. And today, the value of their investment has gone overboard to maybe millions of naira. That's how it works. You put small money today, and over time, the money begins to grow, continues to grow. And one day you can check and realize that you have made a lot of money from just investing a little amount of money. And of course, like I said, at the time I was putting these slides together, Tantalizer shares was just 38 kobo. 38 kobo. Today, Tantalizer shares is almost 2 naira per unit. People who invested in Tantalizers as at the time that I began to take them through this training, many of them have made over 200 to about 300% profit from Tantalizer shares alone. You see that? So if you do not have so much money, you can decide to buy, let's say, 100 units of Tantalizer shares, and 100 units of Tantalizer shares as at that time will just cost you 38 naira. It means with 3,800, you can buy 10,000 units of Tantalizer shares. So the bottom line of everything I've been saying so far is that with as low as 1,000 naira or even less, you can start investing in the stock market with as low as 1,000 naira. Okay? And of course, with as low as $1, you can start investing in the US stock market. So question, how does the stock market work? I know many of us may be asking, how do I make profits? How do I make money from stocks and shares investment? Exactly what I want to show you now. So this is actually the heart of our discussion tonight. There are majorly two ways, actually three, but I usually recommend these two ways. The third way is a bit risky, but let me focus on these two and I will talk about the third way. The first way you make money from the stock market is through what we call capital gain. Capital gain. Now, capital gain is simply when the value of your shares, the value of your investment increases. That's the simple meaning of capital gain. What does that mean? Let's assume that you buy the shares of a company like, let me use any random company with any random amount. Okay, let's assume you buy the shares of Oando. Let's say Oando sells for 100 naira per unit, for example. Okay, and then you buy the shares of Oando for just 100 naira, and then by tomorrow morning, Monday, Oando, or by tomorrow between the trading hour, because the stock market opens by 10 o'clock in the morning and closes by 2:20 p.m. in the afternoon. So let's say by tomorrow, Owando gains 10%. That's capital gain. 10%. Instead of the value to be 100 naira with which you bought it yesterday, it will move to how much? 110 naira. That's how it works. Okay? Because 10% of 100 naira is 10 naira. So add the 10 naira to the 100 naira, you have 110 naira. So let's assume that you had 10,000 units of shares with Oando. You bought 10,000 units as at the time it was 100 naira. So 10,000 units. If we are going to punch the calculator, let's do calculations together. I like to be very practical when I'm doing things like this. So let's press the calculator so that we can engage this in a very practical manner. So you bought 10,000 units for 100 naira per unit. So how much would you spend for 10,000 units? 1 million naira. Do you see this now? So imagine that you spend 1 million naira to buy only 10,000 units at the cost price of 100 naira per unit. Then by tomorrow, Owando's shares now gains 10%. 10% of that 10,000 of that 100 naira is 10 naira. Okay, so let's add that 10 naira to the 100 naira. So it will no longer be 100 naira, but it will now be 110 naira. I hope you're understanding me. Okay, so 10,000 units is still the same 10,000 units you have, but the value has changed. So by tomorrow, your money will move from 1 million to 1,100,000 naira. So in just one day, you have made 100,000 naira. That's how it works. As simple as ABC. You don't have to do anything. Just for the fact that your money is in Owando's shares, you just make 100K in just one day. Just 10%. You see that? That's how it works. Okay? So you don't necessarily need 1 million naira to buy the shares. You can buy shares worth 50,000 naira. If your 50,000 naira gains 10%, it simply means you have made 5,000 naira in one day. How many investments make, as much as 5,000 naira daily? There was a time Owando was making an average of 9 to 10% every day for almost 3 weeks to 1 month and beyond. That was the time I was able to make 350%. Can you imagine that? That's how the stock market works. So when we talk about capital gains, that is how it works when the value of your shares increase. So that's how you make money. So imagine that you get 10% today, then next tomorrow another 10%. That's 20. Let's say in 1 week you get 30%. Let's say in 1 month you get 50%. 50% of 1 million naira is 500,000 naira. It is very possible. You saw my testimony and the testimonies of my students. In 3 weeks, in 2 weeks, some people made about 400,000 naira. Others made about 100,000, depending on the level of their investment. The second way you make money from the stock market is through what we call dividends. And I've explained this before. Dividend is simply a portion of the profit of the company where you have shares that is being paid to you as a shareholder. So when they make profit at the end of the quarter, how many of us follow the profit report from banks? At the time, I was really surprised when my bank made a profit of 29 billion naira in just 3 months. Can you imagine? That money is not only for the people you know as the owners of the company. They will share those profits until it gets to even the smallest shareholder. That is the part we call dividends. Okay, so I've explained what capital gain is, and I've explained what dividends is. All right, amazing. So question, how do I invest in the stock market? I know for those of us who are just joining us for the very first time on this platform, you may not be asking the question, since I now understand that, oh, my money increases in value usually daily. So as the case may be, it may not be every day, but that's how it works. Okay. So how do I now invest in the stock market? By the way, before I show you how to invest in the stock market, there is also another way some people make money from investing in the stock market. Now, these people are called traders. So the third way you make money from the stock market is by trading. What does that mean? As an investor, you can invest your money and leave it for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years in the stock market. Your money is safe. Nothing is going to happen to your money because you will have an app, a mobile app in your phone to monitor your investment every day. And you can sell your shares anytime, any day. You buy today, you sell tomorrow. This now brings us to the third way people make money, by trading. So let's assume you buy the shares of Tesla today and Tesla gains 10% tomorrow. Let's say you buy up to 100,000 naira today, or you buy up to 1 million naira of Tesla shares today, and then Tesla makes 10%. 10% of your 1 million is 100,000 naira. And the crazy thing about investing in the US stock market is that stocks in the US market can gain as much as 50% in one day. That's very crazy. I can show you proofs. 50% in one day. Stocks in the US market can gain as much as 100%, 200% in one day. But then in the Nigerian stock market, stocks can gain as much as just 10%. It's only rare cases where you can find anything above 10%. But usually the benchmark for Nigerian market is so that the losses and gains are conservative, is 10%. All right. That's why I usually advise my students, have your investment across regions: Nigeria, US, Nigeria, India, Nigeria, and any other nation. Don't just focus in only Naira alone. So for the traders, the moment they make 50% in one day, they sell the shares by the next day and then they withdraw their money. So you can buy shares today, make 20% tomorrow, sell the shares and take your money. But the thing is that doing your investment like that as a trader is quite risky because you can also lose part of your money. Okay, I need to sound that warning so that you don't just think it's about profit, 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 profit. No, if you are not careful, that is why you need somebody who has been there to guide you. And of course, that is the reason why I am here tonight for you. And of course, throughout the period where I'm going to be mentoring you on how to invest in the stock market. So how do I start investing in the stock market? The first thing you need to do is to create a stocks and shares investment account with a brokerage firm. We call it a CSCS account. CSCS account. All right. So to create an account, you will need to get the app. All right. Usually it's on the app. You get the app, you fill the form on the app of the stockbroker. Then you need to provide documents like your ID card. Any valid ID card is okay. Your driver's license, your national ID card with your NIN, all right, is valid. Which one again? International passport, if you have it, voter's card, anyone. Of course, your BVN, because this is a legit investment. Your BVN is required because your money will be paid to your bank. They need to verify. And then you need your NEPA bill. And then in some cases, you may need a passport photograph, but if you are using an app, you don't need a passport photograph. Just these few documents. So after you get the app of the stockbroker and you sign up, you will need to complete all the necessary documentation, with the broker. This is the part where you do your verification with the stockbroker. So after you have verified your account, the next thing you do is deposit any amount of money from your bank account into your investment account. You can deposit as low as 1,000 naira to as much as 1 million naira and above. Any amount of money you have, you can deposit in your investment account. So even if your salary at the end of the month is 20,000, you can be buying shares with as low as 2K, 2,000 naira every month, like that, every month. Before you know it, you have already bought shares up to say 50,000, 100,000. And the good news is that as you keep buying, the value will keep increasing. You open your account one day and realize that you have already grown your investment balance to over 1 million naira. I'm going to be sharing the testimony of one of my students with you very soon. That guy became a millionaire for the first time in his life this year, 2024. Wait, I'm going to share that testimony with you. By the way, when you are depositing money in your investment account, there is what we call brokerage commission. All right, it's like a small fee. So the investment app will charge you a little deposit amount. Okay, so once you have deposited money in your account, what is the next thing to do? Search for companies with profitable shares to buy. The fact that a company is popular does not mean you should buy the shares. For instance, MTN has been stagnant for a long time. So if you bought MTN shares because they are popular, maybe by now you would have been regretting. I'm not saying that MTN has not done well over the last few years, the last few months, but currently it has been stagnant. Okay, it still has the potential to grow by next year, next 2 years, like that. I'm only saying that, for instance, there was a time when I made my research, I noticed that Oando was going to skyrocket, and I recommended the shares, the share of Oando to my students. And many of them that bought Oando that period, the least of them made 100% profit within a period of 1 to 2 months. That's how it is. So you have to make a deep research for companies with profitable shares. Once you make that research, of course, as your coach and your mentor, I'm going to be helping you out with that research. I'm going to also be showing you how to make the research so that you will be able to identify companies that are viable or will be viable in the next few weeks, next few months, and then you buy it today. And of course, by 1 month's time, you would have been able to make 20, 30, 50, sometimes 100% profit. Once you make the research and you identify those companies, what's the next thing you do? Buy the quantity of shares you can afford. Buy the quantity of shares you can afford. If it is 1,000 naira you can afford, buy it. If it is 5,000 naira, buy it. If it is 100,000, buy it. As your power can carry you. All right. So while you are buying, the stock brokerage firm, which is through the app, they will charge you a little commission. It is not so big because they are the ones helping you process the transaction. So they will charge you a little. All right. So once you have bought, what do? Wait and make some profit. Wait and make some profit. You can wait for 1 month. You can wait for sometimes 2 weeks. For instance, I bought John Holt, and in 3 weeks, what's 3 weeks? In 2 weeks, I made 100, I think 104% or thereabout. Okay, that should be, yes, 3 weeks, 124% profit. You see that? So if I invested a million naira, it simply means I already made another 1 million naira from John Holt. Once you make 1 million naira profit, what are you waiting for? You can sell the shares, take your money out, and go and do your project. If you want to also sell part of it, you can sell part of it and withdraw part of the money, leave the other part. You can sell the part of the 1 million naira profit and leave the remaining part, 1 million again. It can keep growing as the case may be. But if you need quick money, you can sell everything and then identify the next opportunity and jump in if you are a trader. All right. While you are waiting, you can make as much as 10% profit in a day. Sometimes you can make 50% profit in a day, in 1 day. But this one is usually with the US stock market. You can make 50% in 1 day. Yes, I'm telling you, I'm going to be showing you proofs. Sometimes it can come in 1 week, other times it can come in 1 month. So my advice ahead of time, if you have not started investing, if you have started, include US stocks to your investment portfolio so that you can take advantage of the large possibility of making profits. But let me sound a warning. You can also make loss, sometimes to the point of losing all your money if you invest carelessly. If you just start buying shares anyhow, Tesla, anyone, you just pick them, MTN, like that, you will be surprised that sometimes your money can be going down, because there are certain things we study before we buy the shares of any company. So that you don't lose your money, you need to listen to a professional's advice. Of course, that is why I am here for you. So as far as I'm here, I am assuring you that you are not going to lose your money. Even if the value of a company stock that you bought declines maybe by 10%, 20% today, I can assure you we are very careful to pick the stocks, and many of them will rise. Some of them will cover up for the losses of others. That's how it works. The expectation, the goal is that you will make more profits than the losses you may suffer in a few other stocks. That is the goal. That is the goal. So once you have made your targeted profit, maybe 50% in a month, 100% in a month, as the case may be, and you are satisfied, the next thing you do is to do what? Sell your shares and withdraw your money to your bank account. It is as simple as that. Once you sell your shares, within 3 days, you can withdraw the money straight to your bank account and do whatsoever you want to do with the money. You can buy shares today, and in 1 week, 2 weeks, you can sell it and use the money for Christmas, because in less than 2 weeks now, Christmas is around the corner. I mean, many of us need money, but I do not always encourage people to be short-sighted. Always learn to invest for the long term, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. That is how wealth is created. You don't just create wealth in a few weeks. All right. So that's how it actually works. So question, have you been getting value so far from this training? If you have been getting value, if you have been understanding what I'm saying, and if I have been making sense to you, I want you to type value in the comment section below. Type value, value, value. Type value in the comment section below. I want to be sure that I have not just been talking to myself. I want to be sure that you have been following and you understand what we have been discussing so far. So type value in the comment section below. So we are about to wrap up right now. Very quickly, remember I told you that this masterclass is in 2 parts. The free part where I explain how the stock market works and how you can make money from the stock market. And the second part where I need you to take action, where you now begin to set up your account, make your investment, and begin to make money. This is where you begin to make money. All right. So introducing the stocks and shares investment masterclass course. Now, I know how difficult it can be when you try to do something for the very first time by yourself. If this is your first time of stepping into, investing in the stock market, please, I would not encourage you to just go around to try to do it by yourself. If you doubt me, you can go ahead and try to do it. All right. Whatever you encounter, you can return and share the experience with me. But what mentorship does is that it helps you to avoid mistakes so that you don't waste money before you realize what you ought to do to really make money instead of losing money. As you can see on your screen right now, this is a young lady trying to learn how to drive. She's almost crying. Look at her face. Many of us remember the experience when we are trying to learn how to drive. But thankfully, the lady has a coach, the driving coach, with her in front. And you can see the guy trying to control the steering so that she does not crash, so that she does not get involved in an accident. That is what a mentor does for you. A mentor helps you to avoid accidents when you invest in the stock market. A mentor helps you to avoid wasting or losing your money. That is what a mentor does. And that is what I am going to be doing for you through the Stocks and Shares Investment Masterclass course. This course is a perfect guide for stock market investments. All right. is a perfect guide. So you are going to be learning my time-tested proven strategies on how to identify and buy highly profitable shares with 50% profit and above. Okay, I'm going to be showing you how to create your stocks and shares account, investment account with your CSCS number. And then I'm going to be showing you how to, is a guaranteed 99% guaranteed strategies on how you can select best performing shares, and of course how to buy them low and sell high, and lastly how to actually withdraw your money once you have made some profit. Okay, I know many of us may be asking right now, why should I get the stocks and shares investment masterclass course? Now I want to show you why you should actually get this course. Let me show you right away. Now, as you can see right here, this is the dashboard for the course. The course is actually on seller. Now, these are the reasons why you should get the course. The course has about 10 modules. Okay, there's an introduction part there where I share the fundamentals about investing in the stock market in addition to what we have done tonight. And in module 2, we have the how cube of wealth creation. I explained the how cube, how to make, how to manage, and how to multiply money. That's what I call the how cube, the three hows to wealth creation, how you can actually make money. Because if you don't have money, how are you going to invest? So I'm not just going to show you how to invest. This is a full wealth creation course. I'm going to be sharing ideas with you, what you can do to start making money, business ideas, and then you can start them while you make money, how you can manage the money so that you don't go back to the way you used to be financially. All right, how to come out of debt, and then how to multiply the money that you have. Then the investment mindset that you need to develop. All right, and of course, how to create your stocks and shares investment plan. I teach my students how to draw a 1-year plan, 2-year plan, 3-year plan, 5-year plan for their wealth creation. I truly believe that in 5 years, you can turn your life around. I don't care whether you are broke right now. In 5 years maximum, you can become a millionaire. Yes, by the grace of God, my life is a testimony. And of course, I can report free books, 3 books from me personally, 3 of my books that are personally written. I'm going to be giving them to you free of charge in addition to this course. And you are going to get a free ticket to join our investors community. We share a lot of shares. I recommend shares, highly profitable shares that they should buy. Okay, I recommend them to my students in our investors community. And remember, I said you also get the recharge card printing and distribution blueprints. Amazing bonuses, right? That is it. So let me show you what my students are saying about this course. Value from this powerful course. Let's see a few more comments and then we wrap up. As you can see, these are comments. Essay says, you are a teacher indeed. I try as much as possible to break it down. What is the essence of grammar if you cannot implement what I teach and make money? I am not here for the grammar. I am here to help you make money. If you don't make money after 30 days of getting this course, I am going to return all your money to you 100%. I am telling you, provided you follow my instruction. Okay? So David says, fabulous, full of light, more grace and strength for maximum delivery, and so on and so forth. Michael says, thank you for this great opportunity. And then let's take one more comment and then we move on. Okay, we'll stay a while just to share a few comments with you actually, that a lot of students have gone through this masterclass and many more are still going. You see, these are comments from my students. Okay, take one more comment from these guys and then we move on to the next step. As you can see, it says powerful, most especially expert of debt. This indeed is a financial eye-opener. So you see that you are going to be learning a lot from this course. This guy says, wow, 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 this is the best. You see, Olubumi says, you demystify a lot. So I take my time to ensure that I break everything down so that you can make money. How many people have bought this course so far? Let me show it to you right now. Over 800 students. Can you see it right here? Let me refresh my dashboard. I am not playing. I am not playing. Can you see it? I'm refreshing my dashboard right now. Can you see it? 860 students have bought this course. 860. So we are not playing right here. You see that there is so much you are going to be learning from this particular course. All right. So the question now is, how much is the course? How much? Now, considering the value you are going to be getting from this course and how this course is going to help you make a lot of money, it will be worth it if I charge you 50,000 naira for this course, or maybe 100,000, or maybe 150,000 naira. But hey, hold on. I understand the state of our economy in this country, Nigeria. Many people are finding it hard to feed their family or even themselves at this point in time. So I'm not going to be heartless. All right. So I'm not going to charge you as much as that. The course is hosted live on Seller, as you have seen me display it before now. All right. And it is just going for 25,000 naira for the Nigerian stock market investment course, and then 30,000 naira for the Nigeria plus US stock market investment course. In other words, you can get the Nigeria stock market investment course only, or you can get the full package, Nigeria plus US stock market investment course, all in one package. According to Don Jazzy, it says na collabo. All right, so that's a collabo package if you want it. But hey, hold on. Now, I like to show people who are fast action takers what I call unfair advantage. All right, so I'm going to give this masterclass course to the first 10 people who will take it for a whooping discount sum of 9,900 for the Nigeria stock market investment course. So instead of paying 25,000 for the first 10 people, you are going to get the Nigerian stock market investment course for 9,900. Then for the Nigerian plus US stock market investment course, you can get that for 14,900, whichever one you want. Only the first 10 people to get it today. Only the first 10 people to get it today. Not only that, remember that I promised you that you are going to get the recharge card printing blueprints, the business. Okay, I'm also going to be adding that to the package as one of the bonuses. All right, and this is a full course, different from the stock market investment course. So you need to make money in order to be able to invest consistently. So selling recharge card is a strategy. If you don't need it, you can teach maybe your family members and they can start doing it. Amazing, right? And this course is what? 25,000 naira in addition to the one I'm already giving you on that discount. As you can see it right there, Then, of course, remember I said you are also going to be getting 3 of my premium ebooks for free. How to pay off debt faster. 5 proven strategies that I use to get out of debt. The ebook is worth 5,000 naira on seller. And then number 2, why you should start your own business. How I quitted my job with the last insurance company I was working with, and I started my own business. I shared my experience there to also motivate people on why they should start their own business. Even while you are still working, you can be running your own business until you finally quit your job and focus on your business. Then lastly, how to save your money effectively. That's another powerful ebook that I wrote. You are going to be getting it for free. So question, what is the total value that you are getting from this course? If you are buying the Nigerian stock market investment course, the value is about 25,000 naira. It is even worth more than that. If you are buying the Nigerian plus US stock market, the value is about 30,000 naira. Is worth more than that. So consider the value of the recharge card printing blueprint, another cost 25,000. Then all the ebooks put together 15,000. That's about 65,000 naira alone for the Nigeria aspect, and then 70,000 naira when you are getting the one for the US stock market. But I am giving you this massive value packed course for only 9,900 for the Nigerian stock market course. 9,900 for Nigerian stock market only, and then 14,900 for the Nigerian plus US stock market investment course today, just today, if you get it today. So these are a few people who have gotten the course in the past few months, in the past few weeks. These are their receipts. I've shown you about 860 students have gotten this course. So don't miss out. 2024 is almost ending. Very soon it will be Happy New Year. Don't just enjoy Christmas and then start suffering from January. You have to plan ahead. And one of the way you plan ahead is to plan on how to start investing from this month or even next month, January, so that next year you become a millionaire or move from being just a millionaire with 1 million, 2 million to become a multi-millionaire. So remember, I said I was going to share a testimony with you. There are many testimonies, but this one blew my mind. That's why I tagged it an outstanding testimony. This guy says, my experience was really wonderful. This stock market make me, the guy had some typographical errors when he was writing, maybe based on the level of, his communication. He said, my experience was really wonderful. This stock market make me a millionaire. And what he was trying to say is that the time I recommended Oando, that was around, I think, June. Yes, around June was when I recommended Oando, May, June. I recommended Oando. And this guy bought Oando. He said, I was able to make my first 1 million in my life when I sold it. So when he bought the shares, the guy left it for like 3 weeks. This guy made 103%. And within a month or two, this guy had made a profit of over 1 million naira. He says, thank you, sir. More blessings. Can you see that? So you are the next millionaire to come out from this platform. However, you need to follow my mentorship if you want to be that millionaire. So take a look at the value of the course that you are getting again. However, I am giving you the Nigerian stock market investment course for 9,900, or the Nigerian plus US stock market together, the full package, for 14,900 if you get the course today. That's a whooping discount of 55,100 naira. That's what I'm dashing you tonight. You can imagine. All right. So to take your slot among the first 10 people today, send me a DM, a message right now on WhatsApp with the code SASIM, SASIM, to get the Nigerian stock market investment course. Then if you want the Nigerian plus US stock market investment course, send me the code SASIMX SASIM X. SASIM Ox. Okay, so take note of it, and this is my WhatsApp phone number on my screen: 070-8860-6650. Hurry now to my DM and send me this code SASIM to get the Nigerian stock market investment course for only 9,900 instead of 25,000. Then to get the full package, Nigeria plus US stock market investment course, send SASIM X for only 14,900. Whichever one you can afford, my brother, my sister, hurry now to my DM. If I get the 10 people today, by tomorrow, you will be part of those that will be paying 25,000 naira for the Nigerian stock market course. And if you are getting the full package, Nigeria plus US investment course, you'll be paying 30,000 naira for that. So hurry up right now. Come to my DM and take advantage of this uncommon and unfair discount. I know that many of you have plans for 2025. Some of you want to get married. Where is the money going to come from in this Tinubu regime? Many of us have tagged T-Pain and Sakba and all of that. This Sakba must end with 2024. Your marriage must hold in 2025. But you need money for that marriage. Your in-law will not say, oh, young man, you are very handsome. Carry our daughter, we dance you for free. No, Oga, you will buy 21 tubers of Nyamu. Yes, you will. And then for the ladies, you also need to support your man. Many of you have found the love of your life. The only reason why you are not married now is because of money. So this is the opportunity for you to raise money for that wedding. And if you are married like me, maybe very soon you start raising a family. Raising a family is not easy. You will need to feed your child. Baby food is not easy to buy, diapers and all of that. And I know you love your family and you want to give them a good life. This is where it starts from. This is where it starts from. Start to prepare the future of your children today. For instance, my son has shares in a particular company. When we got money for his naming ceremony, we didn't spend the money. We used all the money that was given to him during the naming ceremony to buy shares for him. And the plan of my family is that we are going to be leaving those shares for the next 18 years until he becomes 18, and then we'll give him access. This is how many millionaires actually raise their family. That's why you see that they can never be poor. So you need to also imbibe the mentality of millionaires today. Men like Dangote, Femi Otedola, Tony Elumelu and all of that. That's what they do. They make investment for their children so that our children will not suffer the way we suffered. And lastly, according to Les Brown, he said, if you want to be rich, watch what rich people do every day and do it. And one of the things rich people do is that they invest. They don't waste money. And also watch what poor people do and don't do it. It's as simple as that. Poor people don't invest. Once their salary comes, they spend everything during Christmas. They spend everything on their birthday and all of that. And tomorrow they are broke. Many people will start from square zero by January 2025 because they will finish all their money in this Christmas. Only one day Christmas. That's a poverty mentality. You finish all your life savings in just one day celebration. No, that's not a wise way to actually live. All right. I know you are a wise person and you want to be rich. So rich people invest. Therefore, make sure you also invest. According to this guy that won the Guinness World Record, the shares masters, Tunde Onakoya, he says, don't choose comfort at the age of labor. So you won't labor at the age of comfort. Young guy, young lady, listen to me. Start investing today. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you will come back and thank yourself for making that painful decision to defer gratification. It's unfortunate that the people that invest, the average age is about 50 years and above. Unfortunately, young people do not have value for investment. Please, I'm encouraging you. If you are 18, 20, 25, or in your 30s or 40s, you have more advantage than our parents. Start investing today and you will thank me for it. All right? So rush to my DM right now. Send me the code SASIM, SASIM SIM to my phone number on WhatsApp to get the Nigerian investment course, or send SASIM X to get the Nigerian plus US investment masterclass course. That's for 14,000 naira. That's the full package. Whichever one you can afford, come to my DM right now. If 10 people come to my DM before you, I am sorry, you will pay the full price. All right. So thank you so much, my millionaire friend, for staying to the end of this masterclass. Thank you. Rush to my DM right now. Many people are already in my DM, so I have to attend to them. If you become the 11th person, I'm sorry, you will be already late. You can also share this opportunity with your friends and family members. Let them jump in and start investing. All right. If you have any question, you can also come to my DM. I will answer them. All right. So thank you so much. I want to see you in my DM in a moment. All right. Welcome to the Millionaires Club. This is the beginning of your millions, beginning from 2024. All right. So this is the end of tonight's masterclass. So rush to my DM straight and get a slot for yourself or your wife or your husband, your loved ones right now. All right. Bye.